Yo people, I'm super stoked to show you guys some different parts of the city of Belgrade today. I'm gonna hop on my bike and I'm gonna show you one of my favorite things about this city. I talked in a previous video about how it's like a video game map where it's like you're in the forest zone and you cross the street and now you're in the jungle zone and whatever. So we're gonna cross through a whole bunch of different parts of the city and I'm gonna show you how much this city changes just in a small space. Let's go hit it. So we've just been going a couple minutes. We've already crossed from Senyak, where we're from, which is like green spaces and things are fairly wealthy, embassies everywhere, international community. Now we're in like the street art section below the highways. Pretty cool. But I've done another video, I'll put a link up there. The one thing I didn't say in that video is that I love how it changes. It's like it's alive. We've been here for like a little over 2 months and already I'd say about 10% of all of the murals and everything have changed over completely. It's really cool, I love seeing it. Let's keep going. Welcome to Pizza Boat. I love this place, it's so cool. So this is just the view. The culture in this area is a culture of splavs, and splavs are just boats, but they're like, this one's like a legit dinner boat. Get some pizza, get a few beers. They have a bunch of beers on tap. A bunch of the places do. There's like a wood stove oven inside, so it's open all year. And you can just see like a lot of these places are like dinner boats. Some of them are clubs. I'll show you some really cool ones that went down. But first, let me show you through Pizza Boat. So I love this culture that people just roll up with their boats and tie off to the splav like Pizza Boat, hang out for a while, have a beer, whatever, and then just go sail home. Super cool. So some of these splavs are like legit clubs. And when they're going, you know, like New Year's, whatever, those big celebrations, they just kind of let people come. I'm sure they're thinking about fire code, but they just let people come on because everyone's paying until all of a sudden the boat sinks. There's like other cleanup they're more worried about in the Danube. There's like old Nazi boats that are sunk and stuff. So there's like 3 of these I know about that are just left out in the Sava River, just like chilling. Yeah, weird little stories. Let's keep going. So you could probably tell a little bit back there. We left like the splav section of the city. We had to go around the construction a bit because now we've gotten to like the brand new section of the city. It's all being built, so it's expanding up north. People are a little mad about it because it's kind of soulless, but it is beautiful. It's nice to have new, you know, shiny things. So that's the section we're headed through next. Let's go. It is Halloween, like October 31st today, and in Serbia that means everyone is setting up for Christmas. I love it. if we kept going just a little ways behind me, we end up going towards like the fortress and Old Town. But we're taking the elevator up, we're gonna hit the other side of the river, and I'll show you some different parts of the city. And from over there, we're gonna get a better view of the fortress. It's gonna be great. Let's go. Few things New Belgrade is known for, but let me start with, first of all, fun times. Another sunken splav over there. I don't know when this guy went down, but I think it's been there for a while. This right here is my favorite view of the fortress. Belgrade and New Belgrade are separated by the Sava River right here in the middle. This area was traded back and forth between the Austro-Hungarians and the Ottomans for around 500 years. Ended basically with the end of the Ottoman Empire in World War I. That fortress over there, Kalemegdan or Belgrade Fortress, was the main Ottoman fortress in this area. Where we're gonna end, one of my favorite views is over at Zemun Fortress, which was the main Austro-Hungarian fortress. And you'll see they're very, very different. This one is grandiose, but it's also kind of like not so fortressy in like the way I would think of a fortress. It's more like just big retaining walls with places to put armaments. The other thing you're gonna see in New Belgrade that's really cool is New Belgrade was really like it was marshland, other than Zemun, where the Austro-Hungarians were. So when it was marshland for hundreds of years, there's like very little going on here in terms of settlements and people living. Under the Yugoslavian era, with communism, is like a big project to fill in the marshland. And so you'll see like the marks of communism on the side. Everything is big and grandiose. Even like if you look at the waterfront area here, compared to the other side, this is like a huge waterfront area. Everything under Yugoslavia was built big, so you have these big communist buildings, really beautiful. It's very different. So you're gonna see that. We're gonna ride through first some park. They're massive and it's awesome. Let's go. So here we've gone from the big, huge parks to, you can see the New Belgrade thing in the background of these big, massive concrete block communist style buildings. They're super cool, but what's rad when we get up to this view is you're really gonna see how different these different sections of the city are.
And welcome to Zemun. You can see we've left behind like the concrete towers of New Belgrade. We're in the red tiled roofs and old Austro-Hungarian architecture. This cute little market square is great, and I often sit and have something to eat here, but right now we're just gonna head straight up to my favorite view in Belgrade.
Zemun Fortress. This is one of my favorite spots in Belgrade, but the real reason is there's an amazing view right over there I'm going to show you. This was the Austro-Hungarian fortress. So you kind of saw a bit of Kalamegdan Belgrade fortress, like the Ottoman side. You can see how different the Austro-Hungarian side was. And right now, all that's really standing is like this ornate watchtower, which is imposing and super cool. But as you walk around Zemun Fortress, you can see this used to be a legit like four-cornered fortress. And so I'll show you like this corner over here used to be a tower, and of course like underneath was probably where all of the whatever cannonballs and gunpowder and everything was. You can see how thick these walls were and what it was like, but this tower was probably huge way back in the day. And so that tower over there is where my favorite view is. I'll show you what's up. Right on, we made it, people, right here. One of my favorite views in all of Belgrade. You can probably see why. So right now behind me here is the Danube River. And if we go this way, you can see the red roofs of Zemun. So Zemun is of course the old Austro-Hungarian city. That's why all the red roofs, and that's why it's so different. As I go around behind Zemun, now you can begin to see New Belgrade, like the big concrete, cool, grandiose architecture of the Yugoslavian era. I really dig it, it's awesome. In the background, maybe you can make out there's an island, like the Danube is here going behind me, and then going the other way, that way, is the Sava. In the middle, there's the confluence of the rivers, and there's an island called Great War Island. I don't know what the story is, but obviously some story from World War I. Behind the island on the other side there, you might be able to make out Kalamegdan Fortress. So that's the other side of the river, and you can see it's just much more chaotic. It's kind of like Zemun, like tiny little spaces crowded together, where New Belgrade is this massive, wide open kind of area. And then as we keep going around, maybe over this way, you can make out back there, there's kind of like a Space Needle or Toronto Tower-ish building. That's the east gate of Belgrade. When you pass that building, you're kind of leaving the city. On the other side, I don't know if you can make it out, but there's kind of like an area that's three pyramids kind of shaped. It's like way out in the distance over that way. And if you can make that, that's the west gate of Belgrade. Beautiful, beautiful view. I hope you enjoyed the little tour of some different areas in Belgrade. Next time we meet, I think I'm gonna take you out to Old Town and check it out. It's really beautiful. Ciao, ciao.